Hey, let's talk about sexual liberalism. This video is actually inspired by a post of Chris Williamson. He has the Modern Wisdom podcast on YouTube and it's growing. And usually he brings a lot of intelligent, very eloquent and very wise people in the podcast. He did bring Andrew Schultz also lately, and from my perspective, the jury's still out on whether that guy is intelligent, eloquent, wise, all of that. Coming back to our topic, on his Instagram account, he posted this stuff that you see here, and my reaction, you're going to see my reaction underneath. When I saw the results of that poll and what people responded, I was like, just because people find it acceptable to have sex on the first date doesn't make them liberal or not. It makes them more open to the actual trend right now, but it doesn't make them liberal. So in my opinion, being sexually liberal, just like I said there in the nugget of that text of comment, basically, you're liberal if you have sex when you want to have sex, with whom you want to have sex, and also you're liberal when you don't have sex, when you don't feel like having sex, not necessarily because you don't like the person. You just don't feel like it, so you don't do it. That is sexually liberalism to me. That's how I see it. Clearly, this is a definition issue, obviously. And this guy, he's not a coach, he's not a therapist, he's just somebody that reads a lot of studies, information. I don't think his capacity to assess what is healthy, liberal, empowering to people, because liberalism to me, what is it? It's essentially, are you free to do what is good for you, to not do what isn't good for you? That's what it goes down to. It's a simple definition here, I think. But I'm a woman. So not just a coach, I'm also a woman. So my perspective here is, I don't want to have sex with everybody. I don't need to have sex with everybody. And I don't need to have sex every single goddamn time I go out on a date with somebody. Obviously. So liberalism to me is doing what I feel like. For him, because this guy is a male, he's also in his 30s, so I'm guessing he's still sexually active. He's got no problem there. Okay, take the sarcasm away, okay? I don't have anything with him, like really. Just because I don't agree with him on a definition, I have no problem with the guy. So, he's probably gonna want to have sex on the first. I mean, he's gonna enjoy that. Obviously, he will benefit that. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the definition that everybody will take. That's his perspective, and that's where he comes from. In his world, life, wiring, it makes total sense. However, here's where he contradicts himself. A lot of his podcast interviews are talking about the sexually liberated women that sleep around with whoever they want to, so they're very frivolous when it comes to sexual engagement, and it doesn't serve them. And he's looking at the boss bitch, the 40-plus woman that earns a lot of money, and she goes on these parties and she hooks up with strangers to her, like she doesn't necessarily want to meet them again, and this is the happy life according to those women. Now he contests that. I also contest that. I don't think that is happiness to women, but obviously I'm not that kind of a woman. However, if he does agree with that, he will definitely know, and he's also said it, that there are many women out there who are just kind, soft, all they want to be is in a loving relationship and so on. Those women are not going to find it acceptable to sleep on the first date, even if it is somebody that they like, even if it is somebody that they want. If they're truly sexually liberated, they won't do that. He knows it. He said it in a lot of his interviews, not in these words, but essentially that was the point. So that's where, if you ask me, he kind of conflicts, butts heads with his ideas. It doesn't mean that women are not sexually liberal if they don't have sex on the first date, or if they don't find it acceptable to have sex on the first date. I wouldn't find it acceptable. Yet, I've walked the path of sexual growth. I've gone to seminars. I've learned a lot of technique. I've done a lot of things to get trained. Most people don't do that. Most women don't do that. I consider myself a sexually liberal woman. However, I don't consider it acceptable to have sex on a first date. Certainly not. I don't consider it acceptable to have sex with somebody when I don't feel like having sex with somebody. That's the training of a coach, but I think that any woman who truly loves herself and respects herself, if for whatever reason she doesn't feel it, she should be free to say, no, man, and not stand to lose something. And I think if you're a guy and you love to have sex, you love to fuck around, basically, if you love a woman and she says no, you're still going to love her. And you're going to understand, okay, right now she doesn't feel like it, so she's not going to do it, essentially. I would love to know what your stand on this is, what sexually liberated or liberal people are, if you believe that it's a question only whether you find it acceptable or not to have sex on a first date, or if it goes down to more powerful or much deeper stuff. I would really love to know. Leave me a comment, and I will see you when the renovating of my apartment building is over, because I don't have a moment of peace and quiet lately. There's drilling machines and knocking on the building and breaking stuff I'm on the last floor and on top of the building. I don't know what the hell they're doing some days. So whenever the chaos will just die down, I'll start filming more often. Until then, I wish you a beautiful, intimate life and beautiful holidays. Bye.